let's solve the integral of sine squared of x. So, when dealing with an integral of sine or cosine, let's start with the integral of, let us evaluate the integral of sine squared of x. So, when dealing with sine and your exponent is an even number such as 2, 4, 6, 8, you would want to use this trigonometric identity, which is sine squared of x would be equal to 1 minus cosine of 2x over 2. So substituting that, so it would be like that. And so the next step would be to simplify this integral. So we can put 2 outside the integral, which makes this 1/2 integral of 1 minus cosine of 2x of dx. And so, for simplification, we can split this integral into 2 parts. So this would be 1/2. The integral of 1 multiplied by dx is simply dx minus 1/2 integral of cosine of 2x dx. Now, if you can see here, we can actually integrate this, but for cosine of 2x, there is no known integral of that because its variable is not singular. So we would want to substitute that into a singular variable. So let's say let u here be 2x. And so when substituting this, we would want to take the derivative. So du here would be the derivative of 2x, which is 2, and multiply this by dx, or that. And so putting dx here, the value here would be equal to du over 2. It's just been transposed. And so now that we have our values, let us put them. One half multiplied by the integral of cosine. Know that 2x is equal to u, so this would be cosine u, and dx right here would be equal to du over 2. And so we can actually put 2 outside the integral again. So this would be 1/4 integral of cosine of u multiplied by du. So we can now integrate this one by one. The integral of dx is equal to x, and the integral of cosine of u would be equal to sine of u plus the constant of integration. And so the final answer here would be to putting u back into its original form, which is 2x. And so it would be 1/2 x minus 1/4 sine of 2x plus c. So if you want to, so let us talk about how this formula was derived if you want to. So this was based on the double angle formula in trigonometry, which is cosine of 2x is equal to cosine squared of x minus sine squared of x. And so, since we need here is only sine squared of x, we would want cosine squared of x to be reduced. And so, let us recall the Pythagorean identity, which is sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. And so, we would need to find the value of cosine squared of x. So transpose sine squared of x to the other side, which makes this 1 minus sine squared of x. So substitute this into the value of cosine squared of x, which makes this cosine 2x equal to 1 minus sine squared x minus sine squared of x. So like that. And so, negative sine squared x plus negative sine squared x, it would be 2 sine squared of x, since they are like terms. And so, what we will need here is simply sine squared of x. So, first up, transpose 1 to the other side. So, this would be cosine 2x minus 1 equal to 2 sine negative 2 squared of x. And so, since what we want here is only positive, so multiply both sides by a negative sign or negative 1. So this would be 2 sine squared of x would be equal to negative cosine of 2x plus 1. And so divide both sides by 2. So this would cancel. And so what you are left with here is sine squared of x would be equal to negative cosine 2x plus 1 over 2. Or if you can rewrite this, you can just swap this. So this would be 1 minus cosine of 2x, which is that formula right there.